Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. They'll start the drive with Elliott. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
22 yards there, a first down.
Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 45-yard line. On the counter, Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. A 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders
at their own 12-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
Brings it just past the 15. Able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll...
counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, here's Gibson again. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Here's Howell to throw on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine that he's got a man complete. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs. And
confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. This is intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 15 now. Howell, throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Howell, he'll look to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down, Howell to throw. They'll roll him out right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
They'll go play action. Howell. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 1st down carry by Elliott. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys have moved out in front in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Second down, Howell now. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders
at their 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
They go play action with Howell.
Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Howell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. On 1st down, Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
In motion comes the tight end left. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Oh, Howell loses it. But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Howell from the gun. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Off play action. It's Howell.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
To throw again on second down. Howell throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start on the ground with Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go to Elliott again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, it's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here comes Cohen. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To throw is Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Faking the handoff. Howell.
slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Another throw for Howell. And this is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
A nice looking. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott on play action. A dump off to Elliott. A beautiful fake. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down.
There we go.
From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fair catch. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10, Howell. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Out of the air on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll work this down inside the 30. It's Howell with another throw. It returns it right back to Samuel. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They go play action with Howell, sliding out of the pocket. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
3rd and goal. Try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Gibson again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
4th down, Howell, desperation time. And that is caught. Now they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Prescott on first down. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing here, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Howell's throw complete there to Thomas. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Howell. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 39 yards. And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Well, Prescott here to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very